In math today, we are going to be looking at a Desmos exploration activity. To get to the Desmos activity, you need to be in the math course. Scroll down to Wednesday, March 10th, okay, to 6.5 day 1. In the event that you have waited to do this late, you can always go up to the built-in Schoology calendar, which is right here. You can then get to the math assignment from Wednesday, March 10th. This direction, it pulls up the same material. And then you'll see the directions for the daily assignment. Click here to explore Desmos transformations in a series. This is an exploration to help you with understanding. This will not be for a grade, but it is really, really necessary for you to explore these transformations. And then you're going to complete a Delta Math 6.5 day 1 assignment. All right, so click the Desmos transformations. It will take you to the spot where you're starting. You will need to enter your name here. I've already started here once on this computer, so it saved my name. Okay, so continue to the activity. Once you get in here, you will see some welcome information. So in this activity, you are going to use your understanding of translations, reflections, rotations, and dilations to complete a round of transformation golf. Okay. For each challenge, your task is the same. Use one or more of the transformations to transform the pre-image onto the image. Notice here that the pre-image is the purple image. Okay, so that's what you start with, and then you're going to transform it onto the image. And anytime you see gray lines, those are obstacles. Those are stuff that you want to keep your pre-image away from. All right, so once you've looked through that, click Next, and you'll notice that it's asking you, and there's just a series of challenges. Each one is asking you to do something different. Use one or more transformations to transform the pre-image, the purple one, onto the image in white. Okay, so let's see. So let's say I look at this and I'm like, oh, I want to rotate it. You click on the word rotate, and then it gives you some options. How many angles, what degrees you want, and counterclockwise or clockwise. Let's say we want to go clockwise, 180 degrees. Press submit. And that didn't work. So I'm going to X that out and I'm going to try again. Okay, I'm going to try to reflect it. Oh, they create a reflection line. So I can adjust those green dots. Submit. That doesn't work. Okay, so let's try translating. Okay, if you click on the edge of where you want to start and then to where you want to go. I'm going to say I want to go here, submit it. Oh, there's one. That's getting me closer. So then I know that by looking at this, I still want to slide it down. So I'm going to translate it again. I'm going to come over to the edge of my L, my pre-image, to my image, slide it down. Okay, so we have success. So that's how you're going to work with those translations. And there's a series of these. There's several challenges where you're going to try to, in this one, you'd want to dilate it because you're starting small and you're getting bigger. So count, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, count how many are here. What are you going to dilate it by? You can say, oh, I want to dilate this by 4. Dilate my pre-image by 4? No, that is too big. Okay, so then I would X out that and try again, and it reverts it. Okay, so several of these challenges. So just play with those, explore them, and we'll work on some more of them in class. All right, once you're finished with that, you're going to go in and take a look at the Delta Math activity. Okay, so once you get into the Delta Math activity, you are going to be identifying transformations. What would happen to result in the transformation? So let's look. Figure X is the result of transformation on W. So X is the result. So that is where it's going to end if it's the result. So that means we would start with W. Okay, which one's going to do that? Is going to reflect over the y-axis, the x-axis, or a rotation. Okay, rotation means to turn. Could turn it, but not 90 degrees. A reflection over the y-axis would tell me to flip it over the y-axis. No, that's not going to be right. So I'm going to try to reflect it over the x-axis and see what happens. And then you will get the animation portion on these, okay? So you're just looking at what transformation is resulting in the next one. So make sure you're reading these carefully. It says is the result. So that's where it's going to end if it says that's the result. Let's look at one more. On this one, it says figure Q is the result. So figure Q is where it's going to end. So that means I need to figure out how to move P onto Q, okay? Which transformation would accomplish that? So then you're looking at the different transformations on figure P. So what's happening to P to get it to Q? Well, I see rotations. If I rotate it 90 degrees, I could think about my lines being drawn in 90 degrees. That's not really working. I could think about my rules. Reflecting over the y-axis doesn't just put it on the other side. So you're going to have to go back. Please feel free to use your notes. That's why we made those notes and we filled them in. Look back at all of your notes. Look at the examples. Okay, if you get one wrong, let's see what happens if we rotate it 180 degrees clockwise. That's right, and it's going to show you. Remember, you could also have drawn lines from one point through the origin to the other corresponding point, and that would have created a straight line. Right. If you ever feel like you're totally stuck, you can come back into the course and you can find our videos. Here is the quick link to rewatch videos by topic. So if you're like, I need to review dilations, here's a video on dilations. Here's another video on dilations. You can always go back to these videos, okay? That's the shortcut. All right, finish working through both the Desmos activity and the Delta Math activity for today.